Good evening, everyone. On behalf of our chapter, I warmly welcome you and sincerely thank you for spending part of your weekend with us for our first webinar of 2026. Your presence today reflects your commitment, meaningful conversations, and the future of education. In the next hour, we have the privilege of hearing from our distinguished guest speaker, Sofia, who will share insights on why girls' schools continue to matter in today's rapidly changing world. As more institutions across the Philippines transition to co educational models at the elementary and high school levels, this conversation becomes even more timely and significant. We will explore how girls' education remains relevant, empowering, and transformative, and how Miriam continues to stand strong and steadfast in his mission amid these shifts. After the talk, we will open the floor for a Q&A session, giving you the opportunity to engage directly with our speaker. We will conclude with a photo op, so we encourage everyone to stay until the end. Um, and now I just want to give the floor to Maita, who's going to do the personal introduction of Sophia.
You.
Yes.
Good evening, everyone. I'm really happy to introduce our speaker tonight, and she's an old batchmate of mine, who I'm so proud of. Back in the day, she was in the liturgical choir, and she was also a cadet training officer in our CAT. So we would always stand straight whenever she would walk by. And at the time before, she was already showing the talent, discipline, and leadership we all admired. And even then, we knew she was going places. So seeing all that she's achieved now just makes us even prouder. Please join me in warmly welcoming Miss Sofia Soledad De Guzman.
Thank you, Maita. It must be funny because I'm also one of the smallest in our class, and I used to be a CAT officer. But thank you very much. Before I begin, allow me to share my screen because I wanted to show you some pictures as well. Can you see the
Yeah.
slides? Okay, all right. So, good evening, rather. I'm very, very happy to be given this opportunity to have a conversation with you, though we're online. I'm sure you must have many questions about this state of our school, specifically in the high school unit. And in this conversation, I hope I help you remember what our school stands for, where we are now, and where we are going. In between, I also hope to share my personal journey as a knoller and employee of the school. Allow me to begin by sharing on screen the vision, mission, and values of our school. I hope you still remember because I believe these are the reasons why our parents enrolled us at Miriam College. Our school provided us with quality, Christ-centered education that aims to equip us with knowledge and skills to become catalysts of social transformation. We continue to uphold our four core values, namely justice, peace, integrity of creation, truth, or veritas. As an educational institution, we offer excellent programs from preschool, that's CSC, Child Study Center, to grade school, junior high, senior high school, college, and even graduate schools. So, what makes us unique after 100 years? You know that 2026 is such a special year because it's our centenary year. Well, we remain a school for and with girls. Our school plays a vital role in advocating the rights of the girls in our family. So while mentioned by Maryknoll, many schools that used to offer single-sex education shifted to co-education, just like the school across the Friendship
The
Bridge.
creek.
Yes, and the creek.
Yeah.
Well, we remain loyal to our mission, vision, and core values. We know that this is our special mission in our community, in our country, that we provide love and support for our girls, especially the Filipino girls. We have to acknowledge that gender bias still exists at present, ano po, in our country and in every place in the world. And I guess this is one of the reasons why our country ranked 70th out of 139 in the 2024 Gender Index. And sadly, we are one of the lowest in the region. If you visit the Equal Measure website, a 12-year-old high school student in the Philippines will be in her 20s by the time all women in the Philippines have finished high school. My students at present, who are 15 years old, will never feel safe walking alone at night in the Philippines if the trends continue. And based on these trends, no country will reach gender equality and vision in 2030. So the main issue is really not about having access to education. I think many of us were able to finish high school and college, but the main concern is how equal the access and the outcomes are after finishing college. Do males and females have equal opportunities after finishing high school and completing their college degrees? Will they have the same chance to land on a job and get promoted? Well, the data that I'm going to show you on screen would say that no, sadly. In terms of leadership opportunities in the legislative, only 23 to 24% are females. Mayors, 25%. Vice mayors in the Philippines, 19.35%. And in the executive branch, national level, the cabinet secretaries, only 10% are females. At the judiciary, we'll be happy, 50.49% are females. Many females are now lawyers in the Philippines, but as chief justices, majority are males.
Mhm.
Now let's talk about the private sector. Uh, for CEOs, 13%, women, board directors, just 21%. For executive leadership, 40%, often they play support roles. For the large conglomerates, top CEOs, majority are males. In terms of small, medium enterprises or ownership, we're seeing a higher female participation based on the DTI gender reports. Now, we want to be able to address that, especially it's already the 21st century. That's why we believe Miriam College will be able to do something about it in terms of ensuring that our students, our girls, realize their full potential. We are a member of the ICGS, the International Coalition of Girls Schools. I think this one is based in the US. Specifically in New York and LA. They have offices there. And through the studies made by the coalition, students attending girls' schools experience higher level of support from classmates and teachers. Um, there are also many co-ed schools who are members of ICGS, and what they want to highlight is the opportunities provided for the female students. Are they able to provide the support the girls needs? Because the female students undergo challenges that their male counterparts do not. And the studies of ICGS state that 80% of the students report that the schools challenge them to achieve their full potential compared to the 72% of girls at co-ed private schools. These tell us that our girls have the drive to learn more in an environment where they feel confident about themselves. You know, self-esteem is very important in high school. So it's important that we choose a school, whether that's private, public, co-ed, or not, a school with a culture of empowerment for our daughters. On screen is a visual summary of the benefits of sending girls to schools like our school. This was observed by the member schools of ICGS. We are inclusive. We teach our girls to be ready for real world challenges. We give them platforms to use their voice, express their opinions, engage in debate, and find solutions to problems that matter to them. I think you will all agree with me that MC taught us to be world ready.
Mm-hmm.
The journey of parenting teenage girls is very tough, especially in this age of social media. However, it could also be meaningful and a fulfilling journey as long as you choose a school that will work collaboratively with the parents. Now, in our school, or in any school, I think we need to realize that the way girls navigate the process of discovering their strengths and accepting their weaknesses and potential is different from that of the male counterparts. And we have to accept that. So let's try to recall our experiences in MC. For me, I was able to see how we were encouraged to explore, many things without fear, to lead without hesitation, and to become agents of positive change. I love this book written by Dr. Joanne Dick, who's a psychologist and neurologist. She actually studied the brain of females. And she shared important tips in raising confident and courageous daughters. One, she said that athletic doing is very important. So I can recall in when I was when Maite and I were in high school, we had intrams, we had classmates or they're part of the varsity team. And for creative doing, I think all of us had the speech and music fest. We had interclass and interbatch competitions like choral singing, speech deliveries, debate, etc. And for connected doing, I hope we can all remember the social activities we had. Like during my time, we were sent to Batino Elementary School, where we were tasked to tutor a public school student. I'm a member, as shared by Maita. Maita and I were members of the MCH class of 1995. We're part of the Green Batch. I had many worries about fitting in. I was a new student and I came from a small private school. And I was surprised that the Knollers, they made me feel at home. So on screen, I'm sharing with you pictures of my barkada. Most of them welcomed me, including Maita, and I knew I was at the right school. And also, I realized that I had to exert more effort because I didn't have the same level of skills and knowledge that my classmates had. I knew the academic program of MC was far advanced compared to where I came from. But as you can see in the inner class picture, they really helped me. I was one of the youngest in class because I didn't attend grade 7. I'm there, the one at the center. I had difficulty here catching up. But the teachers played an important role in my high school experience. I was given a chance to lead. I made several mistakes, yes, but the teachers and my classmates, they were really very encouraging. And I enjoyed high school a lot, made lots of good memories during the fair, song fest, the food function, intrams, and yes, even during soirees. Si Maita number 1 yan nag-organize ng soiree. And the photo on screen, this was taken during our fashion show under the Technology and Home Economics program, where we were required to design and make our own dresses. Imagine. I did not like my dress, and MC was, very open to that. So I just volunteered to direct the fashion show. And my classmates, they really made very, very good dresses. And here is some photos during graduation. The graduation dress was designed by Patis Tesoro. And after more than 30 years, I continued to keep in touch with my friends. And this actually inspired me to become a teacher. On the upper right, you can see a photo of me, Dr. Chrissy, who is now the grade school principal, and Leia Guevara, who's a campus minister in the college department. We're all part of class of 1995, and we've been working at MC for more than 20 years. We also became the point person for the batch during homecoming and donation drives. I also encourage my barkada who live near MC to enroll their daughters. Here, Pam Munoz and Saragan and myself, we at the bottom the photos of our daughters. I think the mission became very personal to me, and so I would always encourage batchmates, schoolmates, and the alumni, and if you have friends, relatives who are still here, to continue studying in MC. My daughter Julia is graduating this month. On screen is her, no, next month, and on screen is her photo, and that's my photo, graduation picture in 1995. And now there are two Knollers in the family. I was the first, and now she's the second. So in school year 23-24, I requested the students to complete a survey that was created by Stanford Education. The research is called Challenge Success, Understanding Student Well-being, Engagement, and Belonging for Girls. And on screen, you see a summary of the study. Our girls describe the school as fun, challenging, and empowering. Majority of them feel that they have a peer to go to when they need help. They have an adult to trust, and that 93.7% of our students are fully engaged. We do not promise that high school is stress-free, but what we can do is to help them develop their coping skills, and 69% of our students are confident that they have enough skills. We cannot achieve our goals as a school if we do not have a team of faculty who also exhibit academic excellence and promote our values. Most of our teachers are licensed with the help of MC, with some scholarships. Many of us are able to finish our master's degrees, even double master's degrees, including PhDs. We hire teachers who have honors in college and even graduate school. We're very proud of our science teacher, Miss Renelin, who also is a top-notcher in the licensure exam for teachers. Now, let's talk about outcomes. I mentioned that that is the primary question because many Filipinos are now able to access education, but the question really is what happens next after studying. As you can see, I'm sharing pre-pandemic, during, and post-pandemic data. Where do MCHS graduates pursue tertiary education? Top one is still Ateneo all the way. Then top two, three, four, a play of universities like LaSalle, UST, UP, St. Benilde. And then top five, many would still pursue college at Miriam. Now, in terms of schools abroad, these are based on actual transcripts of records. So they are enrolled in those schools. And here are sample schools in 23-24. Many of our girls are able to study in schools like Boston, University of Hong Kong, San Francisco, California, even in Australia, Japan, and Canada. I think if we're consistent, then it means we're able to continue the mission of our Maryknoll sisters. They've always believed in the value of women's education. And in one of the walls of our building, you will see handprints. These are our handprints, the teachers that symbolize our commitment to girls' education. So we continue to offer our heads, our hands, and our hearts for our girls, and we do our best to place girls at the center of learning in our school. It is because of this mission that we can already declare that our school is the biggest, and I hope you will agree with me, the leading school for girls in the country, in the Philippines. In fact, we have almost 3,000 students in grade school and high school, all girls. And in this number, the college department is not yet included. Before, we only had four colors, right? But now, due to the shift to K to 12 education, we have six. So in the high school, we have 4 years of junior high, that's 7 to 10, and 2 years of senior high, 11 and 12, a total of 6 years. So we had the girls choose the additional colors, and they chose orange and purple. So now we have blue, yellow, green, pink, orange, and purple batch. The first purple batch will graduate on May 5, 2026. Now, apart from the strategic, this is what you see on screen is a part of our strategic plan where we wanted to answer the question, what does it mean to be a successful MC student? With values formation at the center of what we do and the center, we believe that values would always be the center of student success. We hope that we form girls who are confident, conscientious, and competent. That we call these the three C's, and that they will be able to meaningfully apply life skills, learning skills, information, media, and technological skills in their lives, all of which are important 21st century skills. Here are some of the achievements of our students last year. Very well-rounded. They excel in sports, science, math, even esports or online gaming, baking, essay writing, and many more. In fact, on a yearly basis, our students receive over 300 from various competitions. A while ago, I showed you the vision mission of Miriam College as an institution. This one is specific to the high school. Focusing on the phrases in bold, we really envision that we are the top college preparatory school that provides a challenging environment to our students. So if you have friends or during high school, if you remember that it was difficult, ang hirap, well, that's part of the vision mission. The rigor, the academic rigor should always be present because um, we believe that one cannot be excellent without going through the challenges, but we always assure the alumni and the parents that these challenges are well designed. And we always say that academic student is one who understands the values. One cannot be excellent without realizing the importance of being kind and compassionate. So the mission, vision, and core values will always be at the center of the interaction of the subjects. So for junior high school, we have 8 subjects. That's the one on the right. And for the senior high school curriculum, the one on the left, an interaction of 5 areas. I'd also like to share that we have started offering co-teach, which stands for collaborative teacher-assisted classes at home. This is an online learning program for K to 12 following the grade school and high school curricular designs. This is not specific to the Loyola campus or the main campus. This is actually open to all students, male and female, to also give an alternative learning modality for our students in the other branches. We have a Miriam College branch in Nuvali, Laguna, and Alviera, Porac, Pampanga. Now, why did we offer co-teach? We wanted to be more inclusive in our approach. Sadly, we have students who have to undergo chemotherapy, recovery from surgery due to a sports-related injury. We have many students diagnosed with mental health illness, and the doctors recommend an online program. Some are actually waiting for their migration papers. So while waiting for that, they enroll in co-teach, and then once they move to the country, then they can still continue studying. So this is a combination of synchronous and asynchronous session. So if you have friends who would need more flexibility, and they would want their children to study, to complete their K to 12 program, then please help us in promoting co-teach. We have our own educational framework that is anchored on project-based learning, or PBL. It is a student-centered approach in which students gain knowledge and skills by working together to investigate and respond to a problem or challenge of their choice. This approach enables students to collaborate, to be committed to the project, and in the process, they're able to apply concepts and knowledge and skills learned in their science class, math classes, English, history, etc. We actually have our own unique version. PBL is anchored in the stages and concepts of design thinking. These are inspiration, ideation, and iteration. In MC, we call these laro, likha, linang. The promise of PBL is that it it makes learning learner-centered, relevant, innovative, and there's always presence of applied learning, because sometimes our kids see a disconnect of what they're learning in class and that of the real world. They're also able to help our partner communities and NGOs, because the projects are always service oriented. So through Google Workspace, we're able to facilitate a learning experience for different kinds of modalities, for regular face-to-face classes and for co-teach students. In terms of assessments, we're able to still use pen and paper and performance or outputs-based assessment. In this sense, I would say Miriam has become very progressive in its approach to learning. Um, and in terms of student formation programs, where we highlight that they become well-rounded individuals following the holistic development formation approach. So apart from academics, we provide the following programs that's focused on discipline, faith building, volunteerism, leadership, sports, and of course, we also take care of our girls' mental health. So for the homeroom and discipline programs, this is where we collaborate closely with the parents and the teachers, because this is enforcing student discipline. We follow the restorative discipline philosophy at Miriam College, where we discipline with compassion. In this age of social media where cyberbullying is rampant, we really have to emphasize accountability among our students while promoting their well-being. We highlight that when you do not follow rules, you actually harm and damage relationships. And that's why in the restorative discipline approach, the focus of the policies is to ensure that we're able to restore those relationships. And in the process, we also integrate justice and truth. As a Catholic school, we have many faith-building activities. We still have the First Friday Mass, recollections, Marian feast days, sacraments of confirmation, confession, and confirmation. We also continue to engage our students with our partner NGOs and communities. They provide not just donations, but for example, for our athletes, they provide sports camps, and they also promote the advocacies of our partner communities. On the photo, we went to visit the indigenous group, the Dumagat, and this was one of the memorable experiences of our students. In terms of clubs, we have the following clubs based and divided into the following categories. Your line of work and expertise might be one of them, so I'm sharing with you briefly the list of clubs. Astrea is actually a club for women's rights. First aid. Lincoln Cap is for student discipline. I'm very happy the lead choir is still here. Personhood is a club for peer counselors. Student Catholic Action for volunteers in Catholic based activities. We have Asian culture, coding, for girls who code, astronomy, Kalachuchi Advocates for the Environment, Larong Pinoy, and robotics. We still have Banaag, which is the theater club. Cultural Classical Dance Club focuses on jazz and ballet. We have Glee Club, and Sayawata Dance Troupe is our hip hop dancing club. For publication, we have Annual for the yearbook, and Magnificat is a school paper. For the special interest club, we have the following: baking, AVI is fashion designing, forensics is debate, ethos is for public speaking, and of course, book lovers art, board games, and classical guitar. We have a school band called the Musicians Guild, esports called online gaming, photography, makers, and young entrepreneurs. For sports club, we're, I think, very famous for the numerous sports clubs that we can provide for our girls. In co-ed schools, what's popular is just volleyball. But for our school, you will see girls playing badminton, basketball, football, and we're very good in football. We actually represent the city in inter region competitions. We have tennis, pep squad, pickleball, softball, table tennis, tackle rugby, taekwondo, track and field, ultimate frisbee, and volleyball. We're very happy because some of our coaches are national athletes and they represent the country in international competitions. For organizations, we have a campus minister auxiliary. So if we have girls in sports, we have girls in faith. They're the ones serving during the mass. We have Noller Model United Nation. Leading up Miriam is for our scholars. MCHS Grain is actually an NGO, and they have an arm, a student arm here in the high school, and PAX Christie. We still have the following as well. Social Action Sodality is a Marian group organization. These are students who are devoted to Our Lady. And Student Council, of course, and World Youth Alliance. We also continue to offer international programs. Every June of each year, our students go to visit our partner schools in Japan, Canada, specifically Victoria, in Kamosun College, and Taiwan. This year, we have a new partner, that's Australia, and South Korea. We're actually looking to find a partner in New York. So if you have if you know a school for girls based in New York, we would love to connect with them. And also in San Diego, LA. We're looking for schools who have strong STEM, science, technology, and engineering math programs. So please let us know. For our mental health, this is one area that I think all schools need to focus on. We still have the bamboo area placed at the center for our campus, and we always tell our girls that this symbolizes our resilience as a community. So we still continue to provide counseling, career orientations, guidance activities, and college application assistance. So sadly, we have many students after the pandemic who are diagnosed with anxiety and depression. This is why self-care activities are very important. We also strengthen peer support through peer counseling activities and through our mental health protocol. We also want to foster sisterhood. So the Knowledge on Borders program caters to new members of our community. And we still have the Acquaintance Day and the very popular Girls at the Center celebration, the fair, and student activities. Um, many students and parents go to us because of our beautiful campus. It still looks the same, and our commitment is that we will continue preserving our green campus. On screen are the primary buildings of the high school. I think most of them are still the same when you were studying in MC. So we have the different halls. What's new actually is the St. Teresa of Avila Hall, the LMC. It's a four-floor building, 2 floors library and 2 floors multipurpose rooms. We now have an elevator, and all of our classrooms are air conditioned, but we do have solar panels installed on top of the roof. So this is the famous Kalachuchi walk, and the other areas in campus, like the spiral staircase, the MMJ field, the bamboo area. Here are learning spaces. So the covered court and the second floor cafetorium, which is no longer a cafetorium, it's now a multi-purpose venue, is still there. We have several science laboratories and computer labs. The chapel, which is my favorite spot, is still there, which we call it the Chapel of Life. So it's still there. Now, what are the current concerns? I would have to say, thanks to our neighboring school, we have a downtrend in enrollment. When they shifted to co-education, it really affected us, because of many parents would choose convenience over advocacy. Because of traffic, you would want your son and daughter to be in one school, right? So we understand that. But it has actually affected us, but we're happy that despite that, we're still surviving. If you have 6 sections while you were in high school, Maita and I, we had 6 sections when you were in high school. So that's around 270 students. We're about to meet that number. So there's a downtrend. So some of our concerns would also include availability of scholarship for students and teachers, support for leadership program for our students and athletes. We need to upgrade our lavatories. The CR, the comfort rooms, well, most of them still the same CR design when Maite and I were in high school. We also need some improvements in the Chapel of Life, social action programs. We continue to provide medical, dental mission, literacy programs, and sports camps if you are interested. We need to upgrade the laboratories, provision of laptops for the teachers. We were given laptops in 2018, and it's really difficult to purchase a new set for the teachers at this time, because we prioritize installing air conditioning units in all the classrooms. So all classrooms are now fully air conditioned. We also need support for the mental health programs for students and employees, and team building activities as well. For strategic direction, where are we headed in the next 3 years? I'm very proud that despite the worries, no, in our economic viability, we shall continue to advocate growth education. That's something that we're very proud of. We'd like to focus on supporting growth in STEM and sports. That's unique to us, and strengthen our international partnerships. As I've stated a while ago, we are looking for a school in New York and San Diego. We also want to provide our students publishing opportunities. They're very good writers. Campus expansion is still there. So we recently opened Pampanga. That's MC Alviera. So if you know anyone, please help us market our programs, including co-teach. And now we are expanding our program of excellence in math, science, and English. In the past, there's one class, you put all the smart girls there. But now that we've changed that, we follow a pull-out system where if you're good in math, during math class, you go to a special classroom, then you attend math class there, and then you go back to your section right after. Same with the science, students with advanced knowledge skills in science and English. Here's some, I think, an overview of the Nuvali and Alvera campus. So in summary, our programs foster discipline and cultural appreciation, providing students with a well-rounded education to boost their self-confidence. We know we cannot do it alone. We need everyone's support, especially the alumni community. Please help us promote our programs and support our advocacies. And together we know we can raise confident, strong, happy, compassionate, smart, and kind girls. I know I myself is a product of that, and including you. Here are some photos. I'm not sure if you know them or if they've been your teachers, but I'm very proud of my teachers in high school. With you can see Miss Neri, Miss Abad in speech, Miss Hiron, Miss Windsor, and Miss Fernandez, who taught us physics. They are the ones who really inspired me to serve in Miriam College. And I know MC continues to bless me. It has given me a purposeful job and continues to equip me with the knowledge and skills I need to be good at what I do. In fact, I was one of the recipients of a scholarship, joint scholarships of MC and University of London. I was part of the first cohort, and this was once a lifetime opportunity for me. Can you?
Hi everyone! So today we're at the MC campus and we ask students why choose MC. Tara? One reason why you should choose MC is the opportunity they give their students to hone and nurture their leadership and interpersonal skills. One thing I can say about MC student affairs is that it's versatile. You should choose MC because the athletics program offers a variety of sports that each individual in the MCHS community may participate in. One thing I can say about MC's academic affairs is that the institution employs teaching style that are able to hone every student's skill. We hope you find a home here at Miriam College. Hashtag be another.
So, in closing, allow me to share the words of our foundress, Mother Mary Joseph. The community is what we make it, you and I together, you and I as individuals. May our community continue forming confident, conscientious, and competent young ladies who can make our country and the world a better place. Thank you for listening. And I now ready to answer your questions.
Okay, great. So yeah, my question is, you mentioned about 3,000 enrollment right now, biggest girls' school in the Philippines. Is that including the other two new locations?
No, that's only in
That's only
the in
QC?
Loyola, in Diliman, in Quezon City.
Oh, okay.
We only count the girls. So the two other campuses, they're co-ed schools. So
Oh,
only Quezon City offers um, programs exclusive for girls.
okay. So if compared to the um, old schools, girls' schools like Assumption, Sage Scholastica, they're still in existence, right? But they're not as big as
I know
MC.
that, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. For example, Saint Scholastica has shifted to co-ed. So, even with
Oh,
their boys, mas marami tayo. Yeah. So the only remaining school for girls are Assumption, our school, Ika, and Saint Teresa's College.
yeah,
Well, yeah, the others have shifted
to
to
co-ed.
co-ed. Yeah.
Is there a reason behind that? The
Yeah.
shift? What is the reason
Well,
behind that?
Well, I think financial, that's one. For a school shifting, it's also at the end of the day, it's um running a school is still a business. So like Ateneo, you would not believe that for one level they have 700 students for one level alone. But for our school, we have 300. 300 per level. But when the first year they shifted, we lost 100 girls in a year. Shifted to, they went to Ateneo. And then some would come back, but the others, they have this mindset because Ateneo is Ateneo. It's really one of the dream schools of our girls, as you can see in the data, pre, post, and during pandemic data. So there's this mindset that if you study high school there, you have one foot in the university, but still you have to take the asset or the admission test for college. Yeah, so business, that's one. I'm not sure if aamin sila. But that's the only way, because the trend also is that more parents lost their jobs during the pandemic, so they had to transfer their children to public school. So that's also the reality.
So,
That's why during the pandemic we decreased our tuition, but still we lost some students. Yeah.
okay. So, how did you end up to be working as a principal? Did you
Oh,
did you
well,
plan that or
oh, no. It was not in my plan. Maita could attest that I wasn't an honor student in high school. Mabibo lang po ako. I like to volunteer, but I had difficulty. I had academic struggles. No, it wasn't my plan, but I
Mhm.
wanted to become a teacher. And I guess they saw um some potential, which the same way my teacher saw when I was in high school. And I guess my passion for this school, my love for this school is something very personal. I think
Mhm.
that's something that they'd like to see in a principal. So no, it was not part of the plan.
Okay.
I'm an English teacher, a very
Okay.
happy
So
teacher.
you
Yeah.
taught in at MC
Yeah.
and then became a principal after.
Yes, but before I became principal, I was head of the English department first. I became a grade
Ah,
level coordinator first. So
right.
uh, yeah,
That's good. That's good. 1995 batch high school. They're very active. I think that's where what's her name? Um,
Ano ba 'yan?
oh no, that's Isa
Iza
Calzado.
Lisa
Calzado.
She's
Casado.
younger.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ah, younger.
she's young. She's also part of the green batch. She's younger than 4 years younger
Ah,
than us.
I thought
Yeah,
it's 95 siya, no?
1999. She's
99. Oh, okay. Okay. That's good. So the
um
advantages of being enrolled in an all-exclusive schools is pretty much having your self-confidence. I think from
yeah.
what I gather from your presentation, becoming more express freely to express yourself because you're in the all gender same gender school. Is that
Yes,
what it is?
yes, that's correct. And I guess um the confidence springs from the fact that we're not afraid to make mistakes in this kind of environment. You don't have to do this to please anybody, but just to learn in the process. And there are many opportunities. There are so many clubs. Unlike one of the things that the girls told me why they stay in Miriam is that if they transfer to Ateneo or LaSalle, there is no football club there. Or
Mhm.
the spotlight is on the basketball team only and volleyball team only, and there are so many other sports.
Mhm.
So I guess that's one of the reasons that they say they believe in girls' education. We actually asked them, should we shift? Because that's part of the decision-making process. Should you want Maryknoll, Miriam to shift to co-ed? And many of them said no, because that's
Mhm.
our identity.
True.
Even if we're having a hard time in terms of finances, but that's who we are. The name itself is say Miriam girls,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. That's true. Any other questions for Sophia? I just want to mention we have a member who's joined us, Bev Gamalinda. I think Alma knows. But she said she has cold and flu, so she's turning her camera off for tonight. But welcome, Bev. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Hi,
I have one.
everybody.
I'm wondering.
Hi.
Hi, Bev. I'm wondering, Sophia. Now that Ateneo is co-ed, is there anything that Miriam is offering that Ateneo is not?
Girls education. uh,
Okay.
specialization in girls' education. That's our brand is. That's what we say. Because, for example, we challenge, if I were to speak with them, I would challenge them, how do you discuss sex education? Will you be able to make a compromise and bring all the girls in one room and all the boys in the other room? But if your school is so big, I don't think they can make that kind of accommodation. In the same manner, will you have the same level of funding that you give to your basketball team, to the tackle rugby team, or football team? Um, our football team, the high school, trains with their college football team. So that's the kind of leveling that we have in terms of sports. Um, they would I was told by one of the girls who transferred, the moment they, in terms of as simple as venue reservations, the priority is given, well, not just in Ateneo but in other schools also. Priority is given to the winning team, and that's usually the boys because physically syempre mas magaling sila. But that's what we want to break. uh Venue reservation here is still first come first serve, whether that team is winning or losing. We give everybody jerseys whether the team is winning or losing. We ask them, we look for trainers for the girls because we have to start somewhere. I don't think anyone will find in the Philippines a tackle rugby team in high school as good as the ones we have here. It's not just, female students are not only good in volleyball, but they're also good at something else. So maybe that, but it's also hard to beat that mindset that when you go to Ateneo, and you're there in high school, probably you have a bigger chance of um getting into college. Yeah, but we
Yeah.
can only do so much. Yeah.
Is the tuition in Ateneo versus Miriam pretty much the same, or?
No, very far. My son is in Ateneo. He's in seventh grade. It's 235,000 pesos a year. The grade 7 here is only 160.
Oh, it's
So
like,
my challenge to the parents, if you want to go to Ateneo, why pay? And the trend is that many of our girls pass Ateneo after college. Why do you want to pay more?
yeah.
Why do you have to transfer your daughters there? Yeah.
So that's not one of the reasons why.
Yeah, no,
Hmm.
no. It's not
Interesting.
money, I guess. Yeah, yeah. We're still studying it because it's new, because they only shifted maybe 2 or 3 years ago. It's very
Yeah.
new. So we're experiencing the low trend maybe up to next year. Because by this time, by next year, uh they will be offering co-ed from kinder to grade 12. So all levels now have females, and the ratio is 10 girls in a class. And it's 40 in a class for them. So 30 boys and 10
Then
girls.
girls.
Yeah, for example, I challenge co-ed school because we're not against co-ed schools naman. What I say is that study the roster of officers. How many have been females in the being president, class president, compared to becoming class secretary? Because I can already bet that most of your secretaries, female students, right? Because that's the mindset.
Yeah.
Treasurer, babae yan, treasurer. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
but my question is why? So, same with Ateneo, like in my son's class, I asked, did you vote for the girls? No, they lost. Sabi ko, paano naman sila mananalo? They're only 10. So the
Mhm.
potential to be a leader, it's being taken away from them just so you want to transfer. That's the point I wanted to raise. I hope that co-ed schools will have this kind of structure to ensure that the class officers, there's always female, require it. 'Di ba?
Mhm.
Require that there's female representation to ensure that they have a voice and they have a platform. That's why ICGS, the coalition, there are many co-ed schools and they claim no that they can protect the girls and ensure that they are well represented. That's my challenge to not only to Ateneo but to all co-ed
Funny.
schools.
Thank you so much, Sophia, for that very comprehensive presentation. I'm always a proud graduate. And even here in being in Canada, I always hold on to that. Because moving to a different culture is really super challenging. And I even went to school here. There are areas for improvement that you mentioned. I mean, definitely all of the achievements and then the assets of MC are far, of course, um, show that despite those challenges, the school is still thriving, and I hope it continues. What would be the value of MC connecting with more alumni like us, like abroad? So some of us, or if I can say most of us, are doing very well in other parts of the world. um of course, I would understand that the school always welcomes the fundraising, right? We did that when it was our homecoming. Every year naman may fundraising. Pero aside from that, what would be the value of MC connecting with women alumni from other parts of the world? I mean, yes, we do acknowledge alumni in the AAA awardees, which is what MMCAA does. But I would like to say there are a lot. I'm sure there are a lot more graduates, even if they don't make the cut, of the AAA awardees. But um, what would it make for students to have the opportunity, like to have webinars like these, to meet more women graduates, and to continue to inspire them, right? Or to show them that, you can make it. I mean, of course, there are challenges along the way, but what matters is how we rise above them. So, is that something that you're doing or that you plan to do, to keep the spirit going? I mean, aside from the logistics, you need the upgrade of the laboratories and all that. But in terms of the spiritual growth, or addressing the mental health of the students.
I one of the things that we discuss here in MC, the employees, is how humble the Nollers are, the alumni. I think you will agree with me. I shared my story in this webinar, but I'm sure you also have your own story to tell, right? That's one thing we want the world and our current students to see and appreciate above, more than the fundraising, napaka-humble ng mga alumni. And in fact, later on, when you meet somebody, when you are in a project, later malalaman natin, oh, she's from MC pala. I think that's one of the things, well, I personally want to see, like all of us sharing our own simple stories, how MC Maryknoll education has equipped us, made you made you a strong woman, in any place of the world, because that's something na should unite all of us. Yung brand no ng pagiging Noller, that's why when there was a debate, I guess the debate started with the shift in the name, with Maryknoll and Miriam. I think sabi namin, no, even if we're now called Miriam, we should all call ourselves Noller. So the Noller story is
Mhm.
something that I want our students here to see. Kasi mas kilala pa nila yung mga story nung ibang school. And we really have to brag about our brand, our history as Nollers. And I think that's the vision of the centenary year at this point. And that's something na we want to really emphasize, the story of every Noller. Um, not just the triple A, but what you're doing right now, um, the collaboration that you have is also a story that we can share with our students. We will be reviving our morning. We used to have the before the pandemic, we used to have the morning with the alumni, where we ask we invite alumni to come one morning and just share their stories in like this 30
Mhm.
minutes with the girls. And I think that's possible with Zoom now, 'di ba? Even
Yeah.
if you're saktong-sakto gantong oras yung ano namin, gising pa kayo. I think it's important that we
Yeah.
could we yeah, we become connected with our stories.
Is that the
Really,
Kalachuchi conversations?
Yeah, that's one of
Yeah.
those
one
also.
of
But
those.
this one is specific to the high school where your story being the building kahit kwentong multo pa yan or but a story about high school, that's a focus, and it's done once a year because the girls need to see, need to realize that this is been going on for 100 years, and the advocacy is still there. And even if they go to college that's co-ed, that's okay. But the bond should be there as, as a Noller, their identity as a Noller. Yung worry ko lang kasi pag Noller, pagdating sa UP, nagiging iska.
Mhm.
Pagdating sa Ateneo, nakalimutan niya na. Atenista na siya. Yun lang yung gusto po namin i-retain. Kasi yun yung foundation natin, di ba?
Mhm.
That's nice. Thank you, Sophia. I did that actually one time. I think it was 2017 or
Yes.
2018.
Oh, yes,
Three
yes.
of us, we
Yeah,
did that
yeah,
morning with alumni.
yes. So,
So yeah, okay, good.
yeah,
Maybe I don't know, who knows? We'll stay connected after this.
yes.
Before we close,
I just want to commend yung co-teach. I think that was an excellent. Is it still ongoing?
Yes, yes.
Yes,
We just
yes,
started. We just started this
yeah.
year.
I think it's very noble and very inclusive. And
Yeah,
whoever thought about that should be congratulated. Take my
thank
hat off. I take my hat off sa taong yon or team na yon. And I hope that you will continue with that with that program because I think that's hugely unaddressed in many schools. So yeah, so just a comment, a feedback na I hope you will continue doing that.
Thank you, thank you. We'll let the vice president know. Also note that the teachers of the co-teach are the current teachers in the high school because we really wanted it tatak MC. And we've also been receiving letters from parents because it has helped their children recover from therapy. And it's very flexible. If they have chemotherapy, then it's all right that they don't attend class. It's really much like a tutorial. um, and there's no extra pay for the teachers. That's really is part of our job now because and we have 22 students enrolled during the first year. One male student.
oh,
First, thank you so much, Sophia. We are really yeah, we're
Thank you
really
for having
grateful.
me.
so
We are
yeah,
really grateful that it was we just want to acknowledge that we are so grateful and we saw how much you have prepared for this and we're so grateful.
thank you so
You're
much on
welcome.
behalf of the Eastern Canada chapter. Truly appreciative of your presentation insights, and we wish you well on your future endeavors and more power to Miriam College
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
future.
We will
Thank you.
visit you.
Please,
Yes.
please. And
For
Uh,
if ever, maybe you can also recommend a school in your area. Maybe we could
yeah,
explore some kind of partnership, and we can bring our
sure.
girls in that part of the world.
yeah.
For sure.
Good
All right,
night,
ladies
Good
and
night,
everyone. Thank you for
everyone.
having me. God bless
Have a great
you.
week.
Good night. Thank
Bye.
Bye
you.
bye.
Bye,
bye.
Deb.